Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Flat Out with Ben and Matt. I'm Ben.
And I'm Matt.
We are at home today, not in the fabulous studio, but we have quite a few things to speak about. Quite a lot's happened since we did our first episode, and thank you for everyone who commented, listened, watched on YouTube. It's good to see. But let's go straight into it, Matt. And probably the most topical conversation at the moment is the Middle East races. Um, World Endurance Championship in Qatar has already been postponed. They haven't said it's fully cancelled, so they might reschedule. And then again, MotoGP in Qatar, it's in doubt. They haven't announced it yet. And then Formula One, of course, after China is meant to be Bahrain, then Saudi Arabia, most probably going to get cancelled. So, yeah, what are your
Yeah.
initial thoughts and feelings on that?
Well, it's been an interesting watch. At the time of recording, there are just heavy rumors. There's lots and lots of rumors saying that it will be this weekend at the Chinese Grand Prix that they finally announced that Bahrain and Saudi Arabia will be cancelled. Just after, if you listen to the last podcast, me waxing lyrical about the concerts at Saudi Arabia and the fact that that was the cheapest F1 race on the calendar is a real shame because it was, and most likely now will not be going ahead. It will be a miracle, I think, if it does go ahead. And the interesting thing, I've seen some rumors saying that like Portimao in Portugal and Imola could maybe replace it last minute, but it's not going to happen, is it? There's just not enough time.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think initially they said they weren't going to replace the races with something else. Um, but on that, if you had two tracks that you would pick, let's stick with Formula One. Which ones would you pick?
Oh, I don't
Putting you on
know.
the
Maybe a
spot.
return of one of the German ones. That'd be cool.
Yes.
Uh, which track? I wouldn't like want a repeat at Monaco or something. It's one. Monaco's great for the fancy stuff, but for the racing, it's incredibly boring. Um, I saw rumors actually that Australia might do a double header. I think said they were up for it, but I doubt it will materialize. I think it's going to be the whole month of April with no Formula One. Ben, what
Yeah,
about
potentially. The only thing I was thinking is Turkey is close to the conflict. The teams are already there, and I think they said they would be up for it. So
to do it in Turkey?
potentially,
Very last minute. It's
yeah, it
been
would
years
be.
since they've hosted a
It would
Formula One
be.
event. It is coming back though, isn't it? Turkey. Can't wait for that.
The last race we had there was it was an amazing race. So be good to see that. And yeah, and I think German Hockenheim would
Yeah.
I love yeah, I love
Yeah.
Hockenheim. It's good
So
track.
good.
Yeah.
A bit
Um,
closer for us as well if we fancy hopping over.
yes, but probably more expensive, let's be honest.
Yes,
Especially in
very
Hockenheim,
true.
they would have big prices. And yeah, so we've had the first race in Australia, Albert Park.
Looks
I
good for your
I
predictions,
was
doesn't
about to
it?
say my predictions. Also, some people in the office were laughing at me because I said George Russell was going to win the championship. Mercedes are, let's be honest, they're miles ahead of everyone else.
They
Um,
are, and I would never laugh at you. I certainly didn't laugh at you. Max was a bit off the pace. Oh, I was so gutted for Oscar. Oh
yeah,
man, it was so embarrassing. And did you wake up for it, by the way? Did you get up
I
early for it?
I did not. No,
I did
I
not. I set an alarm, but then I didn't. And it was so lazy as well because I could have just put the TV on in my bed and then nodded on and off, in and out. But so I watched the highlights, they showed Oscar spinning out
yeah.
first, and I was like, whoa, 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 don't give me
What's
spoilers.
happened?
But,
Yeah.
yeah. And then they showed the start of the race after that, and I was like, oh no way, as he crashed out before the race even started.
Yeah.
But anyway, bless him.
I was about to say bless him. But yeah, Mercedes look like they're quite far ahead. But my unprofessional opinion, I think Ferrari are they've closed the gap
The glap,
slightly
yeah.
in China from what we've seen in um, sprint qualifying and the only practice that you have in a sprint weekend. Um, so yeah, we see.
George is still top though.
Georgia's still top. Um, So we'll see on that. Um, Mercedes, yeah, they're definitely on top. But Aston Martin, are they? Do you think they're going to improve? What's the deal there?
I think they have to, but I think probably by the time they do, it will be way too late
Yeah.
to even be even like in the rest of the pack fighting. I think it's going to be a really disappointing season. Like other teams have hit the ground running, despite the fact that these new Formula E cars are quite a lot slower. At
Mm,
least they're slower for everyone. I think it was about 3 seconds slower each lap in Australia, which is wild.
yeah. Watching
Um,
the cars at the end of the long straight in China, and they're clipping so much they run out of battery. Like I don't know if it's halfway, but just after halfway they run out of batteries, and you see the miles per hour going down. Um, yeah, it's a new season. That's the thing. It's new regulations. These things are they're going to happen. It's new
teething
cars.
problems.
People, well, I don't think it's even teething problems. I think this is where we are for the next few years until they change the regulations. But people have to get used to it. I mean, one thing I said to you at the beginning of this week that um, we had in Australia over 120 overtakes, and
Yeah,
then last year it was like 50 or 60. So it's over double what we had. If they were proper overtakes or not, I don't think they are because some people had boost mode on overtake, and you know,
they just kept swapping, especially at the front,
yeah,
didn't they? It was like with the Ferraris and George, they just kept changing position and then getting it back, and it was exciting. But then, like you say, you start because you're still in like the old Formula One mode. You're like, yeah, whoa, that was good, and then you're like, yeah, this is happening a bit too much.
yeah.
But
I think
um,
the thing also is for people like us who, uh, we work in motorsport. We're always watching Formula One. We're kind of like in a transition of, is it is the regulation a good change? But for new people that have come into Formula One, they're seeing all these overtakes. They're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like they're battling all the time. So maybe the regulations were for to bring in new fans. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see how the
yeah,
season goes.
could well be, could well be.
Yeah.
What else did you want to talk about, Ben? Look ahead to the Chinese GP.
Yeah, hopefully a good race. That's what we want. It's very different to Australia, whereas a street circuit is a proper circuit with a long straight, like I said, running out of battery at the end. And it's a sprint weekend, so opportunity for extra points. I am hoping that we will see Hamilton get a podium. Um, he looks,
My road
yeah,
podium
he
prediction.
he looks to be okay, but also Behrman's doing well. I'm not saying he's going to get a podium, but he did well in sprint qualifying. When we're recording this, we are in between sprint quali and sprint race. So we don't know what's going to
Bear
happen in
with.
the races. Uh, but yeah, did you want to say anything about the weekend or?
I'm excited for it. I
Yeah.
think the first race is interesting, but not always an accurate representation of what the grid is. So I think every race that we get under our belt will paint a different picture. I think Max can do better. I think maybe the Aston Martins will pull their socks up. Um, but no, I think that was everything. One thing I did want to mention, well, two things, if I can sneak a bonus one in there, was that we are on sale for the first time in a couple of years with WRC. I would love to go to a rally, Ben. I don't know if you would. I don't know if you have. Maybe you have, and you've kept that quiet. But like the locations are so cool, and like the I think the rally is some of the most visually engaging, especially if someone works quite a bit with social media. When I come across a rally video, I watch it start to finish and send it to people. I love it so much.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's most of the races you're in the middle of nowhere. Um, Very different to any different kind of motorsport series. So again, I would love to go, but maybe we can go with work. That'd be nice. Also, would you
Yes,
like a like a
sweetie.
would you like a sweetie? Would you like a winter, like snowy rally or a desert rally?
I, I've always said winter, but I think I would get cold standing about. So it
Yeah.
does look cold, but then you're not in the car like tearing around, are you? You're
Yeah,
literally just stood in a forest like with a flask. But
yeah,
I think yeah, winter would be cool, but then somewhere mad like Kenya would be great, and you're like in the desert.
yeah. I agree. I would actually say winter. I prefer winter in general. Winter is my season.
I like where we are now, March, April. That's good.
It's like the weird transition though. Like,
Yeah.
is it?
Though to be fair, I'm in Spain and it's better here in Spain. Summer here is unbearable.
I would say better weather-wise, not better at everything, just to clear
No, no,
that
better weather-wise. Yeah.
up. Let's move on to WEC, World Endurance Championship. We obviously spoke about the postponement of Qatar, the first race, and you mentioned last time that there's some new hypercars coming this year and next year. People are saying, is this going back to the golden era of WEC with all these new manufacturers coming in? What's your opinion on that?
I
Do you
think it
think that's true?
is.
Yeah.
I think it is. In fact, we, for our guest going to Le Mans, I mentioned last week that or last time, a couple of weeks ago, that we wrote some articles for the Essential Guide, and including the interview with Phil Hansen, who obviously won Le Mans last year. Another article we wrote was that this is the golden age, bit of a spoiler, but basically you've got McLaren joining Hypercar next year, Ford coming back, which obviously is everybody's gonna be eyes on Ford versus Ferrari. That hasn't happened literally since the 60s. And if you haven't watched Ford versus Ferrari with Matt Damon and Christian Bale, then I'm not really into motorsport films, I'm not gonna lie. But it's a cracking film. It really is, and it's really, especially for us who've like lived Le Mans so many times, is really interesting seeing like learning the history and stuff. So can't wait for that. Can't wait for Ford versus Ferrari. Can't wait to see what McLaren can do in the hypercar. And Mercedes, I think, are edging their way towards a hypercar as well. So it's basically all the Formula One teams. However, we will lose Alpine. I think they've not been very quick, and I think they need to concentrate on their Formula One.
Yeah, potentially. Although I saw rumors, sorry, going back to Formula One again, that Mercedes, not as in Toto Wolff, but Mercedes are looking to buy Alpine Formula One team.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know, but a couple of years ago, they opened it up to have people as like buy a piece of the pie. So you had like Ryan Reynolds and Anthony Joshua, I think, were two of the
Oh, he loves
people that,
buying stuff, doesn't he,
yeah,
Ryan Reynolds?
that
Wrexham are
had
playing tonight, actually.
that had they bought a piece of it. But yeah, I saw this morning. I don't know if it's true, but potentially Mercedes might buy it, and they would have another junior team. Although Williams, I like to see the Williams as their junior team, but it's not really, is it? It's different. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, going back to WEC, I think it'll be interesting to see what McLaren do. McLaren are a very kind of high stakes team, like you saw in Formula One. Was it just before COVID or just after COVID, around COVID, where they were rubbish, let's be honest. Again,
Rubbish.
when they moved to Honda engines, not a
Mm.
coincidence, they're both related. Um, so be
Same lineup,
interesting.
though. Still got Zach and Lando and Oscar. They've been
Yeah,
around they really, yeah, credit to them, I suppose. They haven't had to fire too many people.
yeah. I hope it's not like Aston Martin in WEC though. I hope it's not like this huge hype. I remember when Aston Martin announced and they were doing the 007 car. Um, so I hope they do well. I hope all the British teams do well,
It's such a
obviously.
cool car and it sounds so good. I
It's
really enjoyed watching them, but they didn't do much, did they?
definitely the best sounding car, hypercar. Although, again, people really hardly disagreed with me. Like, went full on in at me that I said Aston Martin was the best sounding car.
Did they?
Yeah,
Cadillac sounded good as well.
they did, to be fair.
And they started on pole as well.
Yeah.
But we all know that
Well,
that was just some
I was about to say
tomfoolery going on.
they mucked that up. Uh, Also with WEC, Valentino Rossi's not continuing this year.
Very sad. Very
Yeah.
sad. He was really part of the furniture in Le Mans.
Are we shocked? I don't think we're shocked.
How old is he now?
I don't know, but I can tell
Should
you.
know.
Let's
Yeah,
do
have
a
a quick
quick
look.
have a
But this is the
guess.
beauty of you told me off for bringing my laptop along last time. Now we have no choice.
Well, yeah, we're at home, so Are you at home? I don't know where you are.
Yes, I am.
Here's
I am.
guess how old he is. Have a guess.
40, I know he's 40 something definitely. 44.
No, 47.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow. I mean, he looks good, but most Italians do, don't they?
yeah.
They
A
age
good
like
good
fine
wine.
wines. Yeah.
Exactly. Uh,
Um,
so yeah, where's he going to go next? That's the thing. Is he done with motorsport? What's he going to do? Those are the
who
questions.
knows? Who knows? I think it's quite addictive, isn't it? I think these people find it hard to leave, but will be interesting
Yeah,
to see. Watch this space.
yeah. Okie dokie. I have some quick fire questions prepared for you. I
Oh,
want you to answer. There's only four, so it won't go on forever. But I just want you to answer as quickly as you can based on what comes into your head. They'll seem all
okay.
motorsport related. So, are you ready?
Yes.
They're all like favorite things. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay, good. So there is no wrong answer.
no, you say what you want. I
Oof,
might
takes the
disagree with
pressure
you,
off.
but we will see.
That's fine.
Right. Favorite track.
Oh,
It's meant to be quick
Monza.
fire, Matt.
Monza.
Monza. Okay, nice. Fave car. That could be motorsport. It could be any car.
Oh, mm, I like the Le Mans hypercar, the Ferrari Le Mans hypercar.
I'm so sorry. I said this is meant to be quick fire, and you're like, oh, let me think. Okay, fave driver.
Favorite driver, Oscar Piastri.
Interesting. I didn't expect you to say that. And then fave race series.
It's the only one I pay attention to as much as Formula One. So Formula One's
Yeah,
got to be that's an easy one.
yeah,
On my Oscar Piastri, I really appreciate how chill he is and how
yeah. Laid back.
like Lando seems chill, but he's not. Like he just loses his he's very emotional, which and then Max obviously is emotional. Lewis like throws his toys out the pram quite often. Um, you didn't say current though, would you? Maybe I would have said Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, I said in general. Could have been anyone, but you've made
Yeah,
your choice. So
but they were quick fire, and I stand by my decisions.
good. Perfect. Those are all the questions I have for you today. Is there anything else you would like to talk about on our second episode?
One final thing.
Yes.
Isle of Man TT packages are on sale as well, and that is super cool. I'm currently working on acquiring some video because we haven't actually been. Our partners, Duke Travel, sell packages, and we are selling some through them. So watch this space because I'm going to post lots of awesome, not Lemon, Isle of Man,
Yeah,
got
got
Lemon
Le
on the
Mans on the
brain.
brain.
Yeah, I certainly do. Isle of Man videos, because that is just in terms of maybe I should have said that. That's a cool race. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm, it is a very cool
So yeah,
race.
that's the only thing I wanted to say. Watch out on our socials for the video content coming up, and go and buy some packages to go to the Isle of Man this June. We won't be there because we'll be in Le Mans not long after.
Yeah. Also, one thing to mention is hopefully soon we will have some guests on the podcast as well. So more to be revealed. But yeah, we do plan on having some very good guests coming up soon on the
We do
podcast.
indeed. Yes, some
Um,
exciting faces.
yes, we will leave it there. A nice, quick episode for number two, and we will see you very soon.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Remember to follow us on socials and see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye bye.